That does remind me of something I wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Were we talking about Doom at all this week?
Yeah, I don't have anything pulled up, but I do want to talk about it because I've been watching a lot of breakdowns as far as, or like early impressions.
Sure,
So like IGN, other places have talked about it. No Clip talked about it.
Yeah, I watched the No Clip thing on it.
Nice. Did you watch the interview? They had a podcast and an interview with that Hugo Martin guy.
I mainly watched the No Clip thing on kind of the differences between Doom 2016 or whatever
With
it
the
was.
Characters?
Just the differences between the game.
Gotcha.
And the actual...
So pulling up the actual
Oh, this
No
is
Clip.
what I watched. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's basically just explaining, the differences in the game, and it seems like. So I said like this game looks exactly like the previous one, and what they kind of explain how it's really not. Yes, it does look very similar, but a part of that is to make sure it runs blazingly fast all the time, which I think is a solid goal. So my computer might be able to run it.
Yeah.
The issue they kind of bring up is one of the big advancements in the engine is the world size. So these worlds are
Right. I
think
read that
over
afterwards.
double, which can munch your machine. And the other thing was the extreme destructibility of the enemies, which is hard to do, which is why games don't fucking do it.
Which I love that idea because I've seen gameplay. Initially, I was like, I want to go in blind, but then I watched all this gameplay. It's like, this looks dope, and it's not taken away from the story or anything like that. So I've gone hardcore in it. But yeah, like you're able to pick apart these enemies, and it tells you that they're taking damage. And I love that idea. You don't need a bar. You can see, I'm actually kicking their ass because stuff is falling off of them. Very much like, or sort of like Horizon Zero Dawn, where you're taking out the dinosaurs, and all their stuff is falling off of them.
And something they kind of bring up, something I thought was very fun about the last Doom is like it was kind of this balancing act, not so much with your health, but a little bit, but with like ammo of like bouncing between different guns, maintaining your ammo properly.
Yeah.
And they kind of made it sound like in this new one, it's really going to be those three pillars: your health, your armor, and your ammo, and you're just bouncing around, balancing all that stuff, keeping it in play. And it was funny watching that interview talking about these enemies. The original design philosophy on Doom was make me think, make me move. And this guy had about 1,000 different ways of rephrasing that in the interview. Right. But that's what these games are. Make you think, make you move. It's fast action strategy. It's just fun.
I really respect, especially getting that Hugo guy. He needs to talk. He needs to be the face of Doom always. Because the way he explains the way they handle or looking at difficulty, it makes me respect the game more. Because they're really thinking ahead. It's not this mindless, you're running around, running, gunning kind of thing. There is that fun. He talks about the fun room or the fun. God, he coined this term. It's like the fun aspect of it, anyways.
Right.
But where you're running around, you're gunning, but you're still thinking. It's still a chess, game at the same time. You still have to strategize what you're doing. So it's deceivingly, smart with how it's tackling the gameplay. And they really respect difficulty in itself. Like I love games that are challenging, but they're crafting in the way where it's leading you to keep trying, even though you're dying over and over again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he needs to keep interviewing and just promoting. This trailer is having a hard time.
It is.
But
it might be your computer, honestly.
It's definitely my computer smoking
you're
actively.
using up all the memory with recording audio, recording video, which is also probably recording.
I'm doing my
audio
taxes in the background too,
doing
so
make sure to feature that on stream.
No, yeah, I'm super I'm so crunk and ready to play this game. I cannot wait.
Look at the size of this arena. That's way bigger. Clearly, like locomotion is a way bigger thing in combat this time around.
Yeah, one of the No Clip interviews, they talked about how they just kind of go into depth on some of the characters, and some of them in particular are forcing you to move in certain ways just to keep you moving, keep you thinking and flowing around. And there's a real big emphasis on that. You have that extender kind of like grapple hook thing now.
That's on your double barrel.
Yeah, you just they're really just trying to get you to move around and feel like a badass.
You can see the little pole there for you to swing off
right,
of. I think the only thing that really looked dumb when I was watching the interviews is like when you're climbing on a wall. There's like a specific texture you can see.
I wonder how that's
going to
end up coming across because you kind of have to slow down to do that.
Yeah, it looks real slow.
Yeah, it does.
And you're reaching out the hand like a fucking Uncharted.
I wonder how they just deal with that tonally to give you? Is that the time where they give you to rest before the next,
Well, they even said like that was
event.
complaining about the last one is like when the downtime was there, it was too down, so they brought out like now they have tentacle porn.
You're right. Yeah.
Which
well, tentacles, but
I don't feel like I don't necessarily know that's gonna make it better, but
I guess it gives you something to do, but you're right, because that is the issue, because you can't just be, redlining it the whole time. But when you do have that downtime, what do you do to still keep it fun?
Right.
That's a tough balance.
It was almost like maybe they gave, maybe they gave too much stuff to explore and too many collectibles to find. But at the same time, like a lot of people complained about that. I kind of liked it. I thought it was fun to explore the level and find stuff.
Yeah, I didn't get the sense that there was a lot of story as you got the time. Once you got a chance to breathe, you could then start digging into the story and figuring out what's going on.
Yeah.
But I started seeing some of the different outlets talk about it, and I'm just I can't wait.